Did he renew your hymen?
I do believe, like, no, I'm just in a place where I'm still healing, and I don't need a man right now. I'm just, God's gonna make it happen, and I'm not rushed or pressed about it.
So, do I put down? I got a thing I write down.
Relationship with Jesus.
Do I put single? Are you dating Jesus? I don't know.
You can just put single.
How long have you been dating Jesus?
Since 2022.
So for like 2 years, you'd say, or 2 years?
Single for 2 years, yeah.
So
when did you convert?
So I was always Christian. Well, first I was Catholic, which is very religious, and then I was Southern Baptist, which is also very religious, and it's more. It's
Wait,
not
you
about
went from being a
relationship.
Catholic to a Southern Baptist?
Yes, I know, intense. Everything I do is intense. And then now I'm Christian, which is not a religion, it's a relationship with Christ. And that's what we're missing, because religion separates, condemns, and that's not why Jesus even came here. And if we all
What?
follow,
Wait, hang on.
Well, she means lawful,
what?
like that she's talking about.
It's not a religion?
No, it's a relationship with God. It's a Bible. So it's a relationship with God.
Christianity is the Bible?
No, but it's a relationship with God. I don't think that it is actually, like, religion is the problem. So
I don't understand.
Okay, by definition, it's a religion, but she's saying that, like, being a Baptist, it came with a whole set of laws. Like, you know, you're more so trying to live up to the law, but Jesus died because none of us can actually live up to the law, and we need his grace. So she's saying she used to follow a lot of laws, but now she's following intimacy with Jesus.
Amen.
If that makes sense.
You know, she can talk. So anyway, so back to you, if you don't mind. I'd like to kind of get into this with you so that I understand your worldview. Nothing. I'm not going for you. Nothing like that. I just want to understand. So, if we can back up just a little bit, you started out as a Catholic, correct?
Yes, I went to Mass every morning. I was a kid. My parents kind of just said, go to church. We all went to church. It was, you know, when you're a kid, you're being told what to do.
How did you veer over to Southern Baptism?
They actually came to our door and said, hey, this is what we believe. And my parents then converted, and then we did. So it was more of like what our family wanted. And then, I went to church 3 times a week. I used to have a long skirt, knock door to door, like, if you die tonight, will you go to heaven? Very intense upbringing, religious-wise.
Okay, got it. So then, moving over from there, you get into your career, your sex work career, correct?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry if I get this wrong. I was taking notes, but I want to make sure you did have a career in some kind of
I was in the
sex work, is that right?
So I was in the military for 9 years, and then once I got out of the military, I did join.
Okay.
I did not actually do, like, but I did, you know, still show my body online.
And did you consider that a violation of your Christian values when you did that?
Yeah, I mean, I was heavily medicated on perks. I didn't want to, I did not want to be on this earth. And so that really played a big role into it. I went away from God, and I was an addict at that point. At 28 years old, I became an addict.
And how long did you do the OnlyFans career?
Since 2019, I got out of it just in January this year.
Okay, so you would say that you made your headway back to Christianity, and what made you do that?
Well, a part of it was I got sober. That's a big part of it. And then also I would go to the meetings that they have. I'm sure you guys know about the 12-step program. Mm-hmm. And then I realized the only way to get sober is to really, and even the program itself was built on the Bible. And that's when I went back to my roots.
You mean the 12-step program?
Yes, it was basically built from the Bible, but it's a non-religious program. And so the more I dug in, the more I became in love with Jesus, my faith, and I just see the world completely different. My perspective, he changed everything for me.
So if you had to assign your brand of Christianity then, are you going to assign your brand of Christianity as non-denominational, theistic, but non-religious? Is that basically how you're framing that?
I would say non-denominational, yeah.
Yeah, but also not religious?
Yes.
Okay. So how can you follow a religion if you're not in the religion? I'm confused about this.
So it's a relationship. You give your life to Christ, and then you have a church, obviously a community that reads the Bible, and that's the relationship. That's the religion.
So,
but to each
so then
person,
there are
it's
things that you
individual.
have to do in order to adhere to the religious teachings of Jesus Christ to qualify you as a Christian, right?
Well, you come right as you are. There's no, you have to be this person. You have to, like, he took me in when I was so broken. He can't work with people who have pride, all these different things. So I would say, of course, the closer you get with God, the more you don't want to do those things. Like, I recently just cleaned up my IG. I recently went through my closet and I was like, I can't wear some of this stuff. So it's a process. It's not like you find Jesus and then you're holy the next day. Like, slowly he'll start convicting you of things, but it's never from condemnation.
Yeah, no, I get that. But what I'm trying to figure out here is you do believe that there is criteria to be a Christian, right?
I mean, read the Bible. Be Christ-like.
That's the only criteria?
I mean,
So
read the
do
Bible,
you
be
think that the
Christ-like.
religion is the book?
I just think it's more of a relationship with God. I think the second you put religion on it, it's just a different thing. So
Yeah, well, because when you adhere to it as a religion, then you have to have accountability, right?
okay. So I'll say non-denominational
Yeah, but it is a religion.
religion.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's necessary that you adhere to the rigorism of that religion so that you're accountable for the things that you do, right?
I mean, Jesus holds you accountable. There's no people that are holding you
Yeah,
accountable.
no, people can hold you accountable. You know what righteous judgment is, and there's no reason that people can't hold other people accountable who are Christians. Absurd to say that you can't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, all right. I
Longest-
just wanted to get all that clarified. I
Sorry.
appreciate it.
Longest relationship?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And so, but you say you've been dating Jesus 2 years. There's been no guys in the picture for that time
No.
period?
No. 0.
Are you like, do you consider yourself born again?
Born again. Mhm.
Do you consider
Rededicated
yourself a
born.
born again virgin, or is that?
Definitely, God restores everything. So I do believe that by his blood, he covers all that. He doesn't hold us. He even forgets the sins that we did from the past. So
Born again virgin?
yeah, I just don't say that, but yeah. Born
So you've
again.
been
What?
have you been celibate?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead, Andrew.
But born again what now?
Born again virgin, right?
Born again virgin. Let's go.
No, I mean, but your virginity most certainly was not intact, right?
I'm sorry. No, of course.
Yeah, right. So what does born again virgin mean?
It's just the sense that, like, he forgives all your sins from the past. So he's not looking at that. He's looking at your heart. There's people who can be virgins who are more promiscuous, and their heart can be dirtier than somebody who isn't. Jesus looks at the heart.
Yep.
He doesn't look at that. So
Okay, no,
That's
no,
all
I'm
religion.
sorry. I'm still confused. What is a born again virgin? I'm still confused as to what that is. Your virginity is something which is given to you, and you're supposed to keep intact with chastity. That can be removed based on choices that you make, right? But you're supposed to keep it, chaste until marriage. That's the way it's supposed to operate within the confines of Christianity. You can be born again. I understand what you're saying there. That makes sense to me. But I don't understand what a born again virgin is. That doesn't make sense to me.
because a lot of the things like you think of are more carnally, like this, we're talking spiritually. It's a lot of things that we can't understand, but it's not a term that I go around telling anybody. It's more of just like,
Yeah, I understand that you may not tell people that, but you would consider yourself that. Is that right?
yes.
Yeah, so if you consider yourself that, whether you tell people that or not, that is still something that you consider to be a true statement. What is it? I don't
mean, he
really
restores-
understand
It's a
what
second
it
chance
is.
at life. It's a second chance at life. That's what it is. I did the same thing. I was very promiscuous. I was in
Were
the
you
porn-
also a born again virgin?
I mean, I waited to have sex until my wedding day once I became a Christian. So, I mean, I never said I'm a
that
born again
doesn't-
virgin.
That doesn't answer the question. as to
No,
whether
I
or not you
didn't
were
say that I was a
born
born again virgin. I said that, when I became a Christian, it was a second chance to do things the right way. And
No,
God
I
forgave
understand
my
that.
sins.
I would be the first one who would say that, of course, that, nobody's perfect, and after conversion, you should adhere to the rigorism of Christianity. Absolutely. I agree with that. But that doesn't answer my question as to what the hell a born-again
Just
virgin is. I've heard that
consider
on
it
the
a
show.
second chance at
Hang on,
life.
hang
You're
on,
not-
hang on. Hang on, let me finish. I've heard it on the show about 100 times, and I've never actually heard a good answer for what it is.
I mean, it's not an actual term that you would even say. I mean, I think he asked it and she just kind of agreed to it. Clearly, I was not a virgin when I got married on my wedding night, but I was practicing sexual purity from the time I became a Christian. So I was celibate for 3 years until my husband and I got married. And our first time was on our wedding night. So we followed the teachings of Jesus because it was important to us to honor our body and to honor our testimony. So born again virgin, is that an actual thing? No, but you get a second chance at life to do things right. So you can kind of look at yourself as like, wow, I have a fresh slate. Like, God's mercies are new each and every single morning, and today I'm choosing the path of celibacy. Am I a virgin? No, but I'm practicing celibacy until my wedding night moving forward.
So then
Second
born
chance
again, you would say then in your estimation that when women say they're born again virgins, that it's actually bullshit. They're not born again virgins. That doesn't mean anything. It's just nonsense designed for some type of, Puritan pushing, essentially, right?
Yeah, I would just say
Virtue signaling, we would
it's
call it,
something
maybe.
that makes them feel better to say, hey, I'm a born again virgin, when in all actuality, it's just a second chance at doing things right.
Everything's renewed.
Okay.
Your mind.
All
your
right.
body.
I'm glad. Thank you for clarifying
Wait,
that. Appreciate
the body is renewed?
Everything. Like, God renews the locusts that they.
it. Did he renew your hymen?
I do
God
believe,
damn,
like,
Andrew, Jesus.
Well, I mean, look,
Jesus can do
listen,
miracles.
I'm
Why
not,
can't
I'm not
he
trying to
renew
be
our
mean.
body?
I'm just saying,
I was
want
an
you to
addict.
understand
I
the
needed alcohol every
absurdity.
day, and my body doesn't need it anymore.
Try
so.
to understand the absurdity of what's being said here, right? God did not renew your hymen. That did not happen. Your virginity was not put back into your body. That was gone.
Are there surgeries
This
for
born again, the born again virginity thing
think there's surgeries.
is nonsensical, false doctrine. And I don't know where the hell it comes from, and I've never really heard it explained. So, just saying. It's somewhat frustrating for me to listen to, because I never really get a good explanation for it, and I wish that women would stop using it. It seems to me like it's a form of piety signaling, like, oh no, I'm pure now, and it's like, no, wait a second, let's back up a little bit here. Like you said, Christianity is a process. We call that theosis in Orthodoxy. We agree, it's a process, but you don't suddenly get your virginity back because you were baptized. That's insanity.